Establishmentarianism Nightly. It's a show that you should be listening to nightly, but it's not on every night, it's on right now. Once again, the weekly half-hour show, Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Nightly, which I always called a working title, and but now I'm thinking that's just the name of my podcast, the weekly half-hour show with Ben Boquist, myself, and I am Ben Boquist. Gonna have an abbreviated name, AD Nightly, hashtag AD Nightly. I like that. Because it just, shortens it up, which makes sense. I mean, obviously, it's what you want to do. Make things marketable, have them catchy, shorter, I'm chilling on the back porch, enjoying myself a cocktail with no ice. I'm swirling it, but there's no ice, so you'd hardly even know that I was drinking a cocktail. But it is a chilled, non-iced cocktail from a can, which is actually delicious. I'm sitting here smoking a cigar, which I gave myself the caveat to be able to do anything I want while I record my weekly podcast, Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Nightly. Obviously, terms and conditions apply. Laws, universal and national, whatnot. But where we left off in my podcast endeavor last week was just a talk on the drive home. This week is picking up on that. So I was about to see the apartment. Went and checked it out. It was cool. I just gotta say it. I must admit. It was a very short visit. Went in and out. Someone that was already occupied, there was a tenant who went and did whatever for the time that I saw. So I was very short in checking out the apartment, which, it's what I thought it was. It's a studio, downtown Evanston. Very cool. First level, it's meek what it is, it's a humble abode for sure. Nice little kitchen, little stove, and the current tenant's shit in the toilet. But other than that, oh man. See, you know what? I'm rising above it though. I noticed it and was like, you know what? Whatever. This is, it's just my life dealing with other people's shit. So I guess that's kind of a microcosm for life in general. So it just is exactly as it seems, life, face value, man. But other than that, it seemed pretty cool. Rent is low and location's good for where I work right now, and a lot of other opportunity for doing freelance stuff in the area. It's kind of a perfect thing. A mile from the lake, I could, get a boat, a boat and an apartment. Anyone who's been following me, I'm kind of talking quiet. I know, I understand. It's like, now people are like conscious of the fact that I'm on my parents' balcony, but just try to be quiet right in front of a lake right now. But back to the new place. I am super excited. I'm leaving room for disappointment that it's going to be ripped away from me, as I do for every event in my life, Cautiously optimistic that this will be, seamless and a easy transition into a new living place. And, new job's going good. So it's time. I have the money for it. I got approved. I'm going to call them tomorrow to go over final details about utilities and, just basic stuff. Like, I saw it with the tenant in it. I just want to make sure, at least have their word that it's going to be somewhat upkept in the middle part. The place wasn't in desperate need of repair, but there was some repair necessary. Maybe cosmetic would be nice, but just just a couple things. Utilities, what I have to pay with the companies to register for, getting everything set up, but I should be in by the end of the month, so I'm really swallow there. Excuse that, hear all my swallows with this lav mic, and it's like mouth sounds nightly, just like the first or second episode. I captured you to that point, you're that hardcore, long-time listeners. I'm really appreciative of anybody who listens to this, and I hope that the experiences that I go through can help other people who listen to this and, just have questions about whatever I'm doing, going through the same shit, going for an apartment. I have never myself applied for an apartment and got accepted. It's always been some bullshit, like I try to go to a place, there's a huge complex with a super nice pool and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, there's always that extra, how much do you make, is this and that, and you've been declined type of bullshit. But more times than not, you'll find that people are willing to work with you. And if you prove that you can pay for a month, 2 months in advance, and you can get the place. So, word of the wise, save up your money and then keep working hard. Keep doing what you did to save up the money and just stay ahead of rent. Make sure you got money for bills. Quit smoking weeds if you quit all that excess shit. Whatever it is, whatever your vice is, just cut it out and save up, Best way to save money. Plus you could grow as a person, learn how to control your habits as far as whatever it is that you're wasting energy, expenses, and time on. You can work on lowering that and increase your own productivity for your own life. Obviously I sound like a jackass, a jerk-ass. The famous iteration in my life. I just love that word jerk-ass, fucking, that's all you gotta do. Just manage your time to maximize your potential in whatever it is that you want to do. And whatever you set aside time to work on will benefit, in the long run. So that's my advice on life stuff. I'm feeling good, feeling hope for the first time in a while that my life is headed in a positive direction. But enough about me. Give me a call. Tell me about what's going on in your life, what you're proud of, what you're maybe struggling with. 630-542-0467. Leave me a message, a massage, and maybe we'll both get a happy ending about something that we overcome together. But yes, other than me specifically, other things I've been going through, learning a new trade, installation of audiovisual equipment. It's been humbling. I thought I was completely ready to, I thought I would be pretty much, ready to go, pro level, but I got some work to do. I could work a little bit on just the brain side of it, thinking about cable paths and how to efficiently install something instead of, it sounds bad, but instead of making sure that everything is 100% this is important. Measuring correctly is important. Making sure everything is level is important. But at the end of the day, there are measures to correct measuring and leveling. So being able to get installation done in the correct amount of time at the correct measurement and level is what I need to work on. So that's what I'm doing. I think I'm getting there. Yeah, I'm progressing. The job I got I was really happy when I got it because I had a guaranteed like 10% raise 6 months in, which is somewhat standard kind of a thing that companies do. But again, it's nice to have it in writing. I will be making more money, so that's good. Other than that, I had kind of a, let's see, how to approach segueing into this topic. So, this is a saga right here, coming to in front of my eyes, which is crazy. Where to start? Okay, we'll start here. Long story short, my grandfather passed away last year, and in his will and testament, they had to reach out to all his heirs. So my mom comes from a family with, she has 5 brothers and sisters, and one brother disappeared, ran away in his early 20s, I think, got involved with drugs, and just never really heard from him. There were attempts in the last 30, 40 years to reach out. Private eyes were hired, personal, familial searches have taken place, and they never came to any fruition. But thanks to, I guess, technology and the advancements of databases and whatnot, we were able to reach out and find my missing Uncle Dan Sheehan. It's crazy. First of all, he was really hard to find because the name is pretty common. I actually played golf with someone named Dan Sheehan, and I was like, for a little while, I was like, is that my missing Uncle Dan? But, you know, it's one of those fucking weird things. Maybe when I meet him, it will be that guy, and I'll be like, wait a second. They found him. We all reached out, and they had a conference call. And this is all happening the day after I got the news that I had coronavirus. So just in my mind, it was the craziest fucking timing in the world. I'm stricken with this fucking virus, and this giant family mystery is solved. So that happened. But so the reason I'm setting up this contextually is because my mom approached me the other night, and I'm not proud of how what's happening here? Someone's doing a night walk with a flashlight? Alright, cool. Jingling, jangling. They got a dog. Looks like they got a dog. How's it going? Doesn't want to talk. Alright, well, either way. So my mom approached me the other night about, basically I was like, you know, it was Friday night. I had worked myself into the Friday night zone where I'm just chilling, watching sports, drinking, and I go upstairs and Mom wants to talk about, you know, all this stuff about, you know, all the stuff that she's unpacking. It's a crazy thing to think about something like that happening. And I basically was very dismissive, and I went and apologized the next day, and I think worked some stuff out. And because of my bad interaction with her, which honestly, it was only bad because I was super honest, and I said something like, you know, maybe his life is difficult because he didn't have anybody, a support system, and blah, blah, blah. Even though he did apparently have a wife and some support, so there's stuff, but maybe hopefully he'll agree to be on this podcast. We can do something. Because this is just a crazy moment that not a lot of people go through, so I think it's worth documentation. And but yeah, I was just kind of harsh with her assessment of stuff. So in the long run, it led to her inviting him out here, and now we're gonna all meet in a couple weeks, and it'll be cool. Yeah, so going from there. It's crazy. You have any crazy stories of family coming together after a long time of not talking? Hit me up, 630-542-0467. That's Benny B, baby. If you're cool, I'll hit you back. Follow me on Snapchat, pomegranate good. Like the rock and the fruit, spelled fucked up. Pomegranate good, spelled fucked up, like the rock and the fruit. Hit me up, Snapchat. And I think that's about all I wanted to talk about, you know? Going forward, hopefully we'll have my Uncle Dan. Maybe both Uncle Dans. I have two Uncle Dans now. Isn't that crazy? Like, hit me up if you have any crazy familial stories like this. It's never too late, I guess, is a great way to end this segment of Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Nightly. I know that my family is looking down. My family's not with me. My grandfather and grandma and everybody else, great-grandparents, looking down and just so happy that we get this opportunity to be back together, and we'll make the most of it. Family's not cool. If you got a family, you should try to be cool with them. Alright, so that's another week's edition of Anti-Disestablishmentarianism Nightly. Thank you for listening. Call me 630-542-0467. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Love you, love you, love you, love you.